All right, we've got the iPhone 12 and the 12 Pro in, and a lot is different this year, starting off with the boxes themselves. They're now nearly half as thick as last year's iPhone box, which Apple says means they can fit in more boxes in per shipment, and therefore have less shipments overall in their effort to reduce their carbon footprint. Now, what allows these boxes to be thinner though is what's not inside of them. We'll talk about that in a second, but first, here it is, the iPhone 12 in blue. You've got the new design, kind of like the iPhone 5 back in the day, with these flat edges compared to the rounded edges that we've seen on iPhones since 2014. These edges do make the phone feel a little grippier, and the side benefit is the phone can now stand up on its own, so you could technically prop it up and watch a video hands-free, although I'd be careful doing that. On the left side, you have the vibrate switch and volume buttons as always, along with the SIM tray, and on the right side, there's the power button, and then this thing right here. Now, when I first saw this, I thought it was for an Apple Pencil or something, but it's actually to help get a better 5G connection, which of course, 5G is the big thing that Apple is pushing with these new iPhones. Now, the back of the phone looks mostly the same as last year's iPhone 11, but through magnetic viewing film, it's a different story. And that's because there are a bunch of magnets underneath for a feature that Apple is calling MagSafe that allows you to clip compatible accessories right onto the back of the phone. Now, one of those accessories is this new wireless charger, which by snapping on there perfectly aligned every time, Apple says it allows for more efficient charging and therefore faster charging. The other big accessory they have right now is the MagSafe wallet that just clips on there, and hopefully we'll start to see more third-party MagSafe accessories soon. So how strong are the magnets? Well, at least for the charger, it's strong enough to hold the weight of the phone itself, although that may depend entirely on the accessories you're attaching. All right, we'll go ahead and power this thing up, and while we wait, let's see what else is inside the box. And don't worry, this will be quick. You've got your typical paperwork, only it's half the size this year, and you only get one Apple sticker compared to the 2 stickers you used to get, and then you have a Lightning to USB-C cable inside of the box. And that is it. There is no power adapter, so if you want one that works with the included USB-C cable, that's going to cost you $19. Although if you already have an old iPhone charger, that'll still work just fine. And the other thing that's not included in the box are the EarPods that Apple used to always include. If you want some of those, it'll cost you another $19. Now, the idea here is for Apple to reduce their carbon footprint and eliminate a lot of e-waste. A lot of people already have these accessories and don't really need any more of them. So by not including them in the box, it is good for the planet, but on the other side of the argument, it may not be so great for your wallet. So all the new iPhone 12s now have OLED displays, whereas previously it was just the Pro models that had OLED, which in addition to having truer blacks and brighter whites, the OLED display allows for thinner bezels. Just look at the difference between the iPhone 12's bezels and last year's iPhone 11's bezels. It's a huge difference. Now, you can't even notice the difference between the Pro and non-Pro models of the iPhone 12 when looking at the phones from the front. Of course, on the back, the iPhone 12 Pro does have a different finish. We have the white version here, and it's a frosted glass that's more fingerprint resistant than the glossy back on the regular iPhone 12. In the camera housing is where you see the other difference. The Pro model has 4 sensors instead of just 2, and those 2 additional sensors are one for telephoto, and new for this year is a LiDAR sensor, which Apple says improves low light autofocus and allows for more accurate augmented reality. And then on the sides, the Pro models of course get stainless steel instead of aluminum on the standard model, but pretty much everything else that's different on these phones is on the inside, and that goes beyond the scope of this simple unboxing. We'll be posting photos of and taken with the iPhone 12 on Instagram at PhoneBuff, and of course, these phones are heading straight into the lab for our in-depth testing, starting off with the drop test. Apple is saying these phones have 4 times better drop performance, so be sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss out.